Welcome to RTA News. Thanks for joining us. Let's begin with some updates from Afghanistan and abroad about the latest updates. Here are the latest updates. 46 years ago, on the 6th of January 1358, the former Soviet Union invaded the secured territory of Afghanistan and brought thousands of occupying forces into our territory. While condemning the former Soviet Union's invasion of our territory, once again, the Islamic Emirate calls on the people to always be ready to protect the freedom and independence of their land and not allow anyone to carry out senseless conspiracies and wrong intentions against the Islamic system, belief, homeland values, and our nation. But alhamdulillah, our zealous and Muslim nation fought against it with courage, and as a result, the Soviet Red Army in Afghanistan suffered a major defeat with the help of Allah Almighty, and our oppressed people were freed from their evil and occupation. On the one hand, this great historical event carries the message that no one arrogant forces in the world should doubt the faith, honor, and strong will of the zealous and Muslim people of Afghanistan. The Islamic Emirate continues to serve and strive day and night to defend and protect the Islamic system, religious values, homeland, and its Muslim nation. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Islamic Emirate has issued a statement strongly condemning yesterday's attack on a mosque at the Syrian city of Homs, which resulted in the deaths and injuries of dozens of people. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also expressed its condolences and sympathy to the Syrian government and people. The 46th anniversary of the former Soviet Union invasion in Afghanistan marked the 6th of the Jadi was commemorated at the National Television Hall. The Islamic Emirate condemned the invasion, describing it as a clear evidence of Afghan people's faith, resistance, and commitment to independence, and officials and Afghan will never submit to foreign rule or occupation. Report.
The 6th of Jadi is a dark day in the golden history of Afghanistan. 46 years ago on this day, the former Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan condemns this invasion and considers the jihad and sacrifices of the Afghan people against it a source of pride, which ultimately inflicted a humiliating defeat on the Red Army.
This historic event carries a powerful message. No arrogant global power should ever underestimate the faith, honor, and sincere will of the Muslim and brave people of Afghanistan. It proves that no matter how oppressed or disadvantaged our people may seem, they have a proud history of fulfilling Allah's command of jihad, liberating their homeland from occupation. In just one generation, they defeated and expelled three major world powers, exposing the truth of their disgraceful defeats.
The Director General of National Radio and Television says that the Afghans' victory against the occupiers was the result of following the path of Allah Almighty, making selfless sacrifices and obeying the scholars.
With very limited means, our people stood with immense courage, determination, and honor against great powers. They endured martyrdom, displacement, wounds, and imprisonment. Yet they never accepted the slavery of disbelief or the colonial domination of their country. They brought defeat upon those invaders.
Officials of the Islamic Emirate say Afghans will never tolerate foreign rule or invasion, citing the defeat of three empires in Afghanistan as clear proof. They add that Afghans fought the Soviet with strong faith, eliminated communism, and thwarted their objective of reaching warm waters.
The blessing and outcome of this resistance was that the people of Afghanistan remained Muslim, achieved victory, and waged jihad. Despite the hardships they preserved, and as a result of these sacrifices, we now possess a system and a state rooted in the well-being of the people. The people understood that politics must be grounded in ethics, the obedience must stem from faith, and that religion is recognized as a foundation for moral values and human dignity. On this basis, the people rose and continued the jihad. They accepted all suffering in the path of God, their life, faith, and pain. When the Soviet Union invaded in 1358, by 1368 they realized that working within this society was not their fate.
46 years ago, on the 6th of Jadi in 1358, the former Soviet Union, along with its proxies, invaded Afghanistan. However, Afghans stood firmly against them and, after 10 years, defeated the Soviet forces, protecting the world permanently from the threat of the Red Army. This jihad of the Afghan people became a great symbol of freedom for other nations.
The Minister of Industry and Commerce issued a press release saying that the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Nuruddin Azizi, visited the lands identified for the establishment of new industrial parks in the province during his visit to Kandahar province. According to press release, these lands include 10,000 acres of land in Jirai district and 7,500 acres of land near Kandahar airport. The United Arab Emirates state news agency has announced in a press release that the country's President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan has arrived in Pakistan on an official visit. According to the press release, during the visit, the United Arab Emirates President will discuss trade issues and regional stability. Sheikh Madar Ali Karimi, Deputy Minister of Urban Affairs at the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing, stated in a ceremony marking the 6th of Jadi that aggression against the nation is a resolute against the occupiers and doomed to failure. Mr. Karimi added that the Afghan nation is strong in determination and will, and the occupiers are doomed to failure every time against this nation. More than 2,000 foreign citizens have traveled to and from Afghanistan through the airports in December of this year. The National Statistics and Information Authority says that 1,320 foreign citizens have entered the country and 1,178 others have left Afghanistan during the same period. The agency added that 196 of them have come to visit the historical and ancient sites, while the rest have come for work and education. Sheikh Shahabuddin Dalawar, Director General of the Afghan Red Crescent Society, participated in the distribution ceremony of the aid and to families refugees returning from Pakistan during his visit to Logar province. This aid worth 22,100,000 Afghanis was distributed by the Afghan Red Crescent Society to 1,300 returning families in this province. The Ministry of Refugees and Repatriation says that in the past day, 2,613 Afghan refugees have returned to the country from Pakistan via Durham, Spin Buldak and Bahramchad, the hypothetical Durand line. According to officials, the ministry, 117 Afghan refugees have also returned to the country from Iran via Islam Qala and the Silk Road. The construction of a water supply network in Sheikh Ali district of Farawan province worth 2.3 million Afghanis was completed and put into operation by the Rural Rehabilitation and Development Department of that province. Local administration officials say that with the completion of this project, nearly 200 local families have gained access to safe drinking water. That was all for now. Thanks for being with us. You can follow us online for more updates. Have a good time.